Hello, I'm at 94 Thistle Street in Dunfermline. This is a one-bedroom flat that we've recently bought for a portfolio building client with a sitting tenant, so there's been cash flow from day one. So first of all, Thistle Street, it's just outside Dunfermline town centre, Victorian streets. There's lots of old Victorian, there's quite a lot of flats all down one side, two-storey buildings, 1 or 2 bedrooms. There's a few nicer, sort of bigger houses on the other side of the road. Right now, there's a 4-bedroom detached house on the market with Remax Dunfermline at £370,000. So that's quite strong money for a 4-bedroom house in Dunfermline. So you can probably, it doesn't take a genius to work out that it's quite a nice, desirable little street. So I'll pop out the car in a minute, but first of all, I think I'll run you through the figures. Home report £68,000. It was purchased for £56,500. Rent's £450. Tenant's been in there just about 2 years. Part of the deal was it was sold with all the safety certificates and in mint condition. So we had gas safety, Legionnaires, EPC, EICR, PAT test, and the fire detection certificate for the hardwired smoke alarms. There was also a damp repair carried out by the seller prior to sale in the back bedroom, some leaking gutters and downpipes, so that's all been replaced. And the guarantees obviously been passed over with the sale. There's also, the boiler's only a year old and had a 5-year warranty, so that warranty's transferred over as well. And the property inside is absolutely immaculate. So purchase settled on the 12th of December, not a penny's needed spent because everything's legally compliant and in order. We've collected the rent on the same day. New lease was signed, obviously with Dyer and Co as the agent and the new owner as the owner, which replaces the existing lease, which we had to get a copy of before settlement just to make sure there was nothing untoward. Also an inventory, it's a furnished let, so there's an inventory signed by the tenant just to verify that the landlord does own said items. So that's just some of the bits and pieces that we've had to check out prior to purchase. So sitting tenant purchases, they can go horrendously wrong, but if you do your due diligence and handle them correctly, they can go quite smoothly. Just one other thing I haven't mentioned that could be very, very important is the deposit. I've seen cases of sitting tenant sales and there was a deposit but it's not on the lease, or there was a deposit and it transfers over, the new buyer didn't realise there's a deposit, and then you technically owe that, you could owe that tenant money. So another area you need to be very, very careful with such purchases. The other key difference, sitting tenant purchases, a lot of the work should be done before settlement as opposed to after settlement. So that's another key difference. So anyway, enough gabbering on. I'll hop out and quickly show you Thistle Street. And we can't go inside because obviously it's a sitting tenant, unfortunately, but see, it's a nice quiet street. It's the block there, it's the old Victorian block, and as I said, fortunately can't go inside, but I'll nip you around the back and you'll see there's a nice sort of garden out the back. So that's 94 Thistle Street in Dunfermline. I know we buy a lot of 3-bedroom houses, 4-bedroom houses, but we can obviously cater for other types of investors, such as this 1-bedroom flat. 1-bedroom flats, they rent very well, typically have a lot higher turnover of tenants, so expect more agency fees for tenant fines. Capital growth's probably not going to be as good as on your houses, but we've purchased this at a good price. There's been no costs for getting it ready for let. Sitting tenant, cash flow from day one. All things considered, it's not a bad little buy-to-let investment. Anyway, coming up for Christmas now, so have a great Christmas everyone. This is probably going to be my last video before Christmas. Have a great Christmas and New Year, and I'll catch up with you all again soon.